Man United has won the match and we have won at home against Ipswich. Against a team that we should be beaten anyway, but this game was not a pretty game to watch. It was not a normal game. When's the last time you saw Man United play football and it was a normal game? It was a game that United was supposed to win and they actually won with no drama. When's the last time you saw this? It's a roller coaster every game, and this game was no exception. It was no exception. The game started with an Onana mistake, and yes, we're going to talk about this Onana mistake. Everyone online is talking about Onana. I will say this about Onana. I don't think he's the best goalkeeper in the world, and I think Man United can get a better goalkeeper than him. I do think those things. At the same time, I think the criticism by some people of Onana is over the top. I see the stat out there about 12 errors leading to goals or something in 2 years. And I'm like, who created that stat? Where did that stat come from? And the stat was comparing his 12 errors in 2 years. And apparently De Gea only had 12 errors in, what? 17 errors in the whole 10 years he's been there. Which is a lie. It's a lie. A goalkeeper will make about 1 or 2 errors a season, and a good goalkeeper, a really good goalkeeper, will be responsible for at least 2 or 3 goals going in himself every season, no matter how good you are. So 17 in 10 years, definitely more than that for De Gea, and 12 in the 2 years. I need to see evidence of this. Tell me the goal and the team. Tell me the match it happened in and the goal. Because anyone can create a stat to make a goalkeeper look bad, especially if they have an agenda against a goalkeeper. My issue is there are people who always never wanted Onana, and there are people who always wanted De Gea to stay. And those people are on Twitter, and they'll create stats, create rhetorics, and they'll push agendas. And then My United fans, don't get twisted. Onana's not playing well, so you have a right to criticize Onana. I'm not saying we shouldn't. We should. But I'm just saying some people, he's the reason why we lost. He's the reason. It's like, don't use Onana as the scapegoat the same way you did with Sancho and Pogba. And don't do that. Understand that it's not the goalkeeper's fault that we're playing badly. It's not the goalkeeper's fault that we don't score goals. It is not the goalkeeper's fault that Maguire can't run. It's not his fault, all these things. Yes, it's his fault. And the first goal is his mistake. The second goal, we've seen goalkeepers concede those goals all the time. We always see in-swingers like that, They're the most dangerous. They can go in. And that in-swinger for the second goal just went in. That's not a goalkeeping error. I see people online saying, he didn't even try. He didn't even... Shut the hell up, you idiots, man. I can't stand these fools. First goal, his fault. All his fault. He has to take that. He has to take the L. The second goal, that's not his fault. That's not his fault. The Ligt dropped too deep in the first place. And I've seen those goals. We've all seen those goals go in. It's very difficult to keep those ones in. Those ones out. We know that. So let's not be in our feelings and be like, oh, no. Onana, if we can get a better goalkeeper than Onana, we will. Onana, is he one of the problems? Is he a position that we can upgrade on? Yes. Is he the main issue? Did Inter Milan not get to a Champions League final with Onana in goal? Like, a team, Arsenal almost finished, won the league with not David Raya, the one before Raya. Was it Ramsey? Ramsey, right? Huh? Ramsdale. They almost won the league with Ramsdale in goal. Like, if we could upgrade Onana, yes, but he's not the biggest problem. If we can sort out this team and get this team to not pepper his goal, like the way the oppositions have been peppering his goal, he can be decent. But like I said, I will finish this Onana conversation by saying this. I agree with most people that he's not good enough. I'm not saying he's a brilliant goalkeeper. What I'm saying is that he's not the biggest problem. That some people are making him out to be the biggest problem. He's not the biggest problem. He's just one out of 11 problems, because all 11 players are a problem. None of the 11 players are playing as good as they should be, including Onana. What I need to say is that Onana in goal is playing as badly as Hojlund is up front. Hojlund is giving us 5 out of 10s. No, Hojlund is giving us 3 out of 10s. 4 out of 10s every single game without fail. Hojlund will give us 4 out of 10. No goals, no passes, no nothing. 3 out of 10. There's been times this season when Onana saved us, and he's given us 8 out of 10 performances and saved penalties. We forget that. And there's also been times this season where he's made mistakes and he's been given a 2 out of 10 for his performances. It's still better than Hojlund giving us shit performances every single week without fail. That's what I'm saying. Some players are not judged fairly, and it's hard to judge a goalkeeper because when a goalkeeper makes errors, as opposed to an outfield player, his errors will lead to a goal being conceded. An outfield player like Bruno can make 100 errors, give the ball away 100 times, and nothing happens. So we know that. That's just part of football. I get that. But overall, Onana didn't have a great game. But I just feel like we shouldn't go overboard. Say he had a bad game and let's move on. The whole revisionism about De Gea, like De Gea wasn't making bare mistakes. People forget. We got rid of De Gea because De Gea kept making mistake after mistake after mistake and errors. Just like Onana. The ball going underneath De Gea's armpits, through his legs. Let's not say that he shouldn't have been sold. Getting 300 grand a week just to put in those performances. He should have been sold. He was not good enough. Just because he should have been sold, and that was the right thing to do, it doesn't mean signing Onana was the right thing to do. You know? So yeah, there's too much revisionism going on with regards to De Gea. Way too much. I feel sorry for Dorgu, as I said before, during the game. He had a good game today. I like Dorgu. I like the fact that I feel, when Dorgu might become very quickly a player that you just rely on, that you know what he's going to give you. No one's going to outpace him. He's not going to do anything stupid. You can argue that wasn't really his mistake. You can argue it was more of the goalkeeper's error, but I hope that this sending off doesn't affect his mentality, doesn't affect his mind, that it was just a mistake, just an error. It could happen to anybody. It doesn't change his game going forward. Keep playing the same way and keep it moving. The kid has something about him. I'm happy. I was happy with his performance. Unfortunately, he got sent off, but I got no complaints with the sending off. I think it was a red card in the end. I just feel sorry for the kid because I feel like it was an honest challenge and just mistimed. That's it. Hojlund, he tried today, but once again, didn't produce nothing. Garnacho, before he went off, he was lively, Garnacho, before he went off. Bruno was everywhere today. He ran his socks off, just like ugarte ran his socks off. The defense, both Maguire and De Ligt scored a goal today. So not only were they resolute towards the end, and they weren't really responsible for the 2 goals conceded, they also scored goals. And the strikers, I think De Ligt scored more goals this season than Hojlund has. I think De Ligt scored about 3 goals this season. I don't know. Comment below if I'm wrong. But the defenders came up with the goals today. So Dalot had a Dalot game. He was just normal, functional. Held the width. I think he's much better on the right hand side. I still don't think he's a fullback. I don't think he's a wing back for me. He's more of a fullback, and we do need to upgrade in that position. And I liked Lenny Euro's game. I think Lenny Euro had a good game today. I liked that little skill he did towards the corner flag, that little drop shoulder, put the ball through, like little dummy, or the little chop sort of through his legs. Whatever the skill was, yeah, I liked that. He beat 2 players by himself with that little skill. Euro had a good game. Yeah, I feel like we deserved the win. We deserved the win. We played better. We played the better football slightly. We need to improve our performance because this performance still wasn't good enough. The football that we play is not good enough. But I'm willing to give this manager time. I need to see more from him. I am criticizing the manager a bit more now because I feel like he needs to do better, but I haven't given up on him yet. I haven't. Anyway, that was my thoughts. I agree with Bruno being the man in the match. I think he ran his socks off. I could have given it to Zirkzee or Ugarte or Leniro. But Bruno, I'm not going to fight the Bruno decision. I'll go with that. And yeah, keep it moving. Then I think the next game is on the weekend. Then we've got Real Sociedad in midweek as well. So yeah, the games are coming fast now. Before we've had like weeks off. We've had a good 6 days between games over the past 2 or 3 weeks. But now we're going to go back to two games a week sort of thing. So yeah, we'll keep it moving, guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, lucky. But at the same time, I feel like we deserved it. So well done, lads. Amrim, you got life. We keep it moving. On to the next one, guys. Peace out.